Welcome back to the channel, guys. Easy Crypto here. So today I'm going to just bring you through what I think Bitcoin is currently doing at the moment, why we're seeing like a consolidation period, and what I think is going to happen next in this market. I don't want you guys to get footed out. This is where kind of bigger players make their money, guys, is when they manage to make smart money into stupid money, guys, basically. So they're trying to take your bags off you, they're going to buy them off you. You don't want to do that. You want to hold on to your positions, and you actually want to be investing into some coins that have come down in price, and we've seen a good entry on, guys. So what is happening with Bitcoin at the minute, guys? Bitcoin is trading and being very boring. We're at $62,000 roughly, 60,300. Being very boring. We're going to see probably moving altcoins down a little bit more again, but we're trading sideways, as you can see. Sorry, the screen's quite small. I'm on my Mac at the moment, but we're trading, consolidating in a sideways pattern. This is on the daily, and we are moving down in kind of like a falling wedge pattern. So as you can see, we've come all the way up here, and we're trading between these two kind of areas. If we do break down even further, which I do think is a possibility, to around the $60,000 region, if not $58,000 region, if we do kind of trade up here, bang, down to here, then I do think we will have a push up to this point here like we have done before. And do we break this line? I think potentially we do. So I think we might be on the cards for a trade down to around the $60,000 region, maybe 58, 59, and then we'll see a big move up, right, guys, all the way up. That's personally what I'm seeing, and the reason for that I'll just quickly show you. On the weekly, as the previous chart was the daily, on the weekly, what we're seeing here is bullish divergence on the RSI. As you can see, we're creating higher highs here, and obviously on the weekly we're creating lower lows. When this kind of stuff happens, we do normally see a big push up in the asset we're looking at. And also another massive thing on the stock RSI, as you can see, we're just waiting for the 14-day to catch up. But when this does cross over, when these cross over, guys, I do believe we will see a big push up. Now, will that come after we see a dump in Bitcoin down to the kind of $60,000 region? Personally think it probably is on the cards for that to happen, so just be prepared. And what I'm doing now is I'm just being cautious about what I'm doing. I'm not selling any positions. I'm opening a couple of new positions in some altcoins that I do believe are massively undervalued. But that is just personally what I'm going to do, guys. Guys, one last indicator I want to show you guys, and I do recommend you actually go and load this onto your trading view, just so you can see when we are going to be at the top of the bull cycle, peak bull cycle. This is one of the indicators I use along with other indicators, guys. It's not the only one I use, but I use it in conjunction with news that is going on in the current market, guys. But this is a really easy one to do, and it kind of sets your mind at ease as well, especially if you're in this current market thinking, right, is everything over? Is the market done? Is it over? You can come on here, come onto TradingView, and just add this easy indicator out. It's called Pi Cycle Top Indicator. So if you just type this in up here in the indicators section, it will then load this. I'm pretty sure it's the second one that says Pi Cycle Top Indicator. The first one doesn't actually work. So guys, if you just type Pi Cycle Top Indicator in, and you click on the one that actually brings up the these two lines, basically, guys. And as we can see, if we scroll back, so this basically will tell us when roughly we are kind of like at the top of the peak bull cycle, and it's called it pretty much every single, it's called it every single time, guys. So it's a really, really cool little tool, and it will set your mind at ease, and you'll just think, right, we're not at the top, we're not at peak bull cycle yet, guys. So this, as you can see, this is in 2021. When the green crosses and touches the gold line, that is when the bull market is over, guys. So as you can see, the green is heading up here, and then the gold is following after. And when we see this crossed, we are literally crossed at peak bull cycle, right? So if you use this indicator you would have made some massive profits, because you would have been able to time basically near enough the top of the market, or get out with decent results, with decent profits, guys. This works on smaller time frames as well. I'm just using this on the daily just to show you, as it's a little bit easier for me. So as you can see, where are we currently sitting, and have we currently crossed those two lines? No, we haven't. We're nowhere near touching these two lines, guys. So we're nowhere near that, guys. So what I do think will happen is we'll retrace a little bit more. This will kind of shoot up here, and this will follow it around. And then obviously from there, where is our price target? It's probably going to be, I won't be looking until about the 100,000 to where this is. Really easy to set up, and it just sets your mind at ease. We haven't actually crossed this level, and we're nowhere near crossing this level, guys. Obviously, if you compare it to previous bull cycles, you know, we're nowhere near crossing these two levels, so we're not at a peak bull cycle. The other one I would look at, if you are still concerned about where we are in the market, is MVRV, and that is market value versus realized value. If you type that into Google, that would bring up some really decent information about where we are. I think it's on Glassnode if we actually look at MVRV. So I'll just quickly go on MVRV Bitcoin. And this is another indicator I use to kind of see where we are in these current markets. When we touch this red line here, we are basically at the top of peak bull cycle. Now where are we now? We are still at 2, and we're looking at around the 6 to 7 when we should look at selling, guys. As we can see, in 2021 we came up and we touched around the 7. So as you can see up here, there's some scores on the side, MVRV score. So I would not be looking to sell until we reach at least the 6 here. And where are we? We're currently trading at the 2.12. We're nearly at the 2, so we've got so much more time to grow into this market, guys. And I do suggest you come and have a look at some of these charts, and you add them to your favorites and your bookmarks, because these are key indicators that will kind of set your mind at ease when you're thinking, right, I'm worried about my portfolio. Should I sell everything and leave the market? There's no chance. If we sell here, you're missing out on, you know, the majority of the bull run. If we look at previous bull cycles, we can tell exactly when the tops hit. So come and have a look at this, check it out. It's just another tool to add to your arsenal. Add this one and add the Pi Cycle one. You know, they're really easy to look at, simple, and that's what I want to bring to you on this channel, is kind of simple strategies, and that's why we call ourselves Easy Crypto. Simple strategies that will allow you and to make money without having to delve into massively strategic things. We're only looking at a few indicators here which can really guide us in this next bull market, guys. Obviously I'm going to bring you this again, the Wall Street cheat sheet, guys. Everyone's seeing this psychology of a market. Everyone's thinking at the minute, you know, they're panicking at the minute. I could see a lot of panic in the market, especially from retail investors. I know there's not much retail, but I can see a lot of panic in the market, especially on Twitter. If we look on Twitter, guys, there's so much negative energy in Twitter. But what you need to really think about is the kind of disbelief, the rally. This is personally where I believe we are. Disbelief, the rally will fail like the others, right? We're in disbelief at the minute. Everyone's kind of thinking, oh, bags, especially if you're holding altcoins, we're down 50%, 60%, 70%, etc., etc. We need to forget about this and just look for decent entries, right? And only DCA, don't throw your whole bag into these coins, guys. Just please DCA in strategically into coins you believe in. Not that someone's shilling on you on YouTube, guys. Just do your own research into the ones you can. If someone shills you something on YouTube, go and have a look into the project and do your research, and then have a look, see if you decide you want to buy it. Don't just ape in, okay? So that's what all I wanted to bring you today, guys, is kind of like where I see we are in the market, and what's going on. Let's quickly go over to my Twitter, just have a quick look, see what people are saying. So what we can see here on my Twitter, as you notice, the majority of people I follow are quite bullish, because I don't want the negativity, being brought over to me, guys, and that's what I personally decided to do that. You know, it's your own choice who you follow, but personally I have a couple of people who are more bearish, but the majority are bullish, because in a bull market, which we are in, you want people on the same wavelength as you. That's not saying that you should be naive, guys. If something bad is happening, you need to wake up and do something about it. But right now, where we're on the market, it's not sensible to be short in the market, in a bull market. It really, really isn't. So what we've got, Crypto Rover, Bitcoin's breaking down, all price targets discussed in my pinned tweet. Yeah, as we can see, he's kind of saying similar things to me, breaking down to like the $60,000 region. And this is just to put things in perspective, guys. Rekt Capital, absolutely brilliant. Please follow him. In 2015 to 2017 cycle, Bitcoin peaked 518 days after the halving. In the 19 to 20 cycle, Bitcoin peaked 546 days after the halving. If history repeats and the next bull market peaks 518 to 546 days after the halving, this means Bitcoin could peak in this cycle in mid-September or mid-October 2025. So the longer Bitcoin consolidates after the halving, the better it will be for resynchronization this current cycle with the traditional halving cycle, guys. So basically what he's saying, guys, Rekt Capital, please follow him. He's really share some knowledge bombs, guys. As we saw an all-time high in Bitcoin before the actual halving, which has never been seen before, it's kind of thrown us out of sync a little bit. So he's saying we might need an extra long period of consolidation in order to resync with the traditional Bitcoin market, guys, the traditional cycle, which sees us being put at peak bull cycle kind of mid-September to October 2025. I'm not 100% sure on this, guys. I do think we'll have a I think there is a possibility we might have a shorter cycle, in my personal opinion. And towards, obviously, December, I'll be looking at where my profits are. And that's primarily where I'm seeing. To December time, I'll be looking at what's been going on in my portfolio and where I am. And I'll be taking profits heavily when we start to get into the new year. That's just my personal opinion. But obviously, I'll keep you updated with what I'm doing in this market, guys. And the last thing I want to talk to you about, the last two things I want to talk to you about is just some bullish sentiment, guys, with all the crap news that's been out at the minute and the kind of negativity in the market. Bitcoin ETFs are coming to Australia, which is absolutely phenomenal. Everyone kind of leans on the USA and what they're doing. Obviously, since the successful ETFs in the USA, we've seen now, obviously, the UK is starting to do it. Australia starting to do it, and now we're seeing Hong Kong as well. Bitcoin ETFs to launch in Hong Kong tomorrow. So we've got multiple sources of where people can buy these Bitcoin ETFs, guys, which is super bullish. So with that all being said, really short video, guys. I just don't want you to sell your bags right now. Please hold on, look for DCA entries. It's the perfect opportunity now to be DCAing into this market and actually getting some good returns when we do then make that second push up, guys. So please like and subscribe, guys. Really do appreciate it, and I'll bring you another video tomorrow. Cheers.